Hello, fin lovers. It's Mr. B. Just going to give you a little tour of one of my racks. We do live in an apartment at this point in time, so I only have two racks going, but I thought it's time to show you some of the fish and shrimp that I'm breeding. So, without further ado, let me get started with the tour. Okay, as I mentioned, I have two racks. This is the one I will be showing you today. Um, I have three 10 gallons on the top, a 20-gallon long in the middle, and three more 10 gallons on the bottom. To show you what's in them, let me bring you a little closer, and we're going to start over here on one of the top 10s. And in here, I've got a very strong moving colony of cherry shrimp. They've got some Java moss in there, dual sponge filter in the back, cholla wood. There's also an algae ball back there. As you can see, the tank does have quite a bit of algae on it, but I like that because that's what the young shrimp feed on, and it gives them a good start in life. You'll also notice as I do a quick pan around here, there is not many snails in here. The benefit of having a strong colony is you don't have to remove a lot of snails because the young shrimp and the snails depend on the same food source, and with there being so many shrimp in the tank, there just is not enough food for the snails. As you can see as I get a little closer, there are some newly hatched shrimp. As you can see, if I can get this to focus, there we go. Some newly hatched shrimp. I will be removing some of these into another tank to start another colony. Quite frankly, it's starting to get a little overrun in here, but they're doing well, they're breeding, so I try not to tamper with success. We're going to move over to the second tank up top, which is also a 10 gallon. And in this tank, I have orange shrimp as well as some pygmy cories. Probably not going to be able to get a good look at the cories. They like to hide in the greenery and in the back of the tank. I'm okay with that because they feel more secure, and chances are I will have some successful broods in the future. Again, this tank also has some greenery. We've got guppy grass in here. There's also Java moss. Again, some cholla wood. I very much love the cholla wood. And you can see there's a cherry shrimp right back there. There's a cherry shrimp right there in the middle. I mean orange shrimp, pardon me for that. And as you can see, this tank does have some snail problems, which I am working on to try to eliminate as many as I can so I can get a colony as strong as the cherry shrimp. Moving over to the left, we have another starter colony of blue dream shrimp. Right off the bat in the front here, you can see there's one or two in here that need to be culled out into a different tank, so the blue will be predominant and we will not get some of these lighter blues. They might turn darker blue later, I understand, so we will see what happens when I put them into their own cull tank. Again, we've got some Java moss in here. We've got an algae ball right back there, and again another dual sponge filter, as well as some guppy grass. And you can see some snails on this screen as well. Moving down to the 20. The 20 is going to be the home of my new guppy strain, the half black white tuxedo koi. I do have a trio in one of the tanks on the bottom. Actually was not expecting to breed these guppies. I was shipped a mistake shipment from one of my suppliers, and I decided to keep them. And one of the females was very pregnant when I got her, so I was forced to go out and expand into this 20 gallon. As you can see, there's already some fry in here. I plan on doing colony breeding in here as well, so allowing the moms and dads and babies to coexist. I've just started with some plant coverage. I even have a little artificial over here, which I'm not a big fan of, but I am using that. And as you can see, we have some fry in here. I'm giving them a few days to grow up in here. I do have to go away and leave town for a few days, so I didn't want mom and dad to get hungry and to snack on the little ones. So I'm letting them grow up a little bit here, feeding them a good steady diet of baby brine shrimp, and hopefully within the next week I will have mom and dad in here and some more plant coverage for them. So again, this is going to be the half black white tuxedo koi. I'm going to go down to this tank right here because this tank holds the moms and dads. As you can see there, right back there, some beautiful, beautiful fish. And this one's also the home of my Panda Quarries. So we've got some plant coverage in here as well. As always, a sponge filter. And yes, that is cholla wood again in the back. I do have a small snail problem here. Came in on some plants, and I am going to be trying to eliminate these as we go further on. When I come over here to the middle, this is the home of one lone mutt guppy. I bought him as a pair, a purple pair, and unfortunately the female died. So I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do with him. I do have some other guppies that were purchased under one name. I was told at the auction that they were nebula guppies, but I have been since told they are not, so I'm in the process of trying to identify what they are. If I can't, I just might add him to the mix and start selling them as mutts. They're very beautiful, as you'll see in another video, and my wife really likes the purple color on this male. In here as well, you also see a small little herd of Venezuelan redfin cories. These are very active. They're very beautiful. And I'm hoping to get them to grow up, pair off, and maybe have some future spawns. We will definitely keep you abreast of how that's going, but right now it's just a project. And for the last tank on this rack, I have my new shrimp, black rose shrimp. It's kind of hard to see them in this tank because I decided to try a matin filter, and the matin filter is black foam, and these are black rose shrimp, so they kind of blend in to the background when they're on the matin filter. The matin filter basically is one large sponge filter, and they continuously graze on it for the small microorganisms that grow there. It also is great for building up your beneficial bacteria colony. So this might go into all of my shrimp tanks in the future, but I am new to the matin idea and I am just seeing how it goes with these. So this was a small tour of the one rack that has several tanks on it, several different species. My other tank is, my other rack I should say, is basically guppies that I'm breeding, and that will be in a future video. So I hope you like this. I hope to be posting more in the future, but until then, stay safe.